Hi guys, it's me, the one and only your feeling vlogger. Today I'm going to take you some of the museum here in the Philippines. Since we're in the pandemic, we are discouraged to visit any museum. So here I am to take you there virtually. So what are you waiting for? Let's go to our first destination, the Baraswain Museum. Baraswain Museum or Baraswain Ecclesiastical Museum is located at Our Lady of Mount Carmel in Malolos City, just beside the Baraswain Church. Baraswain Church was the seat of the revolutionary government of the Philippines. It is where the Malolos Congress convened on September 15, 1988. Just beside the Baraswain Museum was located. You will see Aguinaldo's Carriage near the entrance. Aguinaldo was a Filipino revolutionary, politician, and a military leader who is officially recognized as the first and the youngest president of the Philippines. He used this courage when they are having a meeting or convention with his cabinet. After General Emilio Aguinaldo transferred the capital of the revolutionary government in Malolos, a national convention was held on 15th of September 1895 to write the first constitution. It is to establish a democratic government with three branches: the executive, legislative, and the judicial branches. It called for the separation of church and state. This is the statue for Felipe Calderon, the father of the Malolos Constitution. He was a Filipino lawyer and a politician. During the Philippine Revolution, Calderon supported the revolutionary movement that aimed to gain independence from Spain. After the Spanish-American War, the Philippine Republic was formed during the Malolos Constitution, the reason why we are a democratic country. This photo shows nationalism. In this photo, our flag was presented showing our love of our country. They flattered our flag, which means the victory over rivalry. This wall where our national heroes wrote their callings for the ancient Filipino to take movement and tell them what they are supposed to do. Our national heroes wanted and told us to strive for the independence of our country and an interest of advancement and exaltation. This serves as our motivation and an inspiration for us to be a good leader for our country. This was the sign that symbolizes our independence, that indicates that we are free from Spaniards' colonization and other subjugators. Also, this is a resemblance of the sacrifices of our patriotic heroes. This was Apolinario Mabini's proposed draft constitution, the Malolos Constitution year 1899, 1935, 1972, and 1987 Constitution. At the back of Baraswain Church, lots of saints and statues are there. This only shows the religious side of the Maloleños. Chest a little trivia, Malolos was the site of the Constitutional Convention of 1898, known as the Malolos Convention, that led to the establishment of the first Philippine Republic at the sanctuary of the Baraswain Church. And now, let's move to our next destination, Casa Real Shrine here in Malolos. Casa Real Shrine is a shrine dedicated to the 20 women of Malolos who lobbied to establish the first adult school for women in 1889, despite much resistance from the Spanish friars. They were praised by Jose Rizal, Graciano Lopez Jaina, and Marcelo H. del Pilar. Casa Real is also one of Malolo's oldest structures. It is located at Paseo del Congreso, Plaza Rizal, Malolos, Bulacan. This was the brief history of Casa Real structure. Year 1580, Casa Real was only made in bamboo. Year 1767, it is already in rock. And then after century, it was renovated up until today's structure. This photo is an artist's imaginative depiction of the 20 women handing the petition. Rizal wrote a letter for the 20 young women, and Rizal said that when he wrote Noli Me Tangere, he asked himself whether bravery was a common thing in the girls of our people, and these 20 women came up to Rizal's ideal. They set an example of a woman with an agreeable manners, beautiful ways, and braveness. These 20 young women were Casa Real is dedicated. This was the printing machine used by the National Printing Press of the First Philippine Republic, where the revolutionary papers La Independencia, El Heraldo de la Revolution, Kalayaan and Kaibigan ng Bayan were printed. During the Japanese occupation, this machine was used by the Bulacan Military Area, a local guerrilla unit based in Malolos, under the command of Captain Alejo Santos, in printing documents or articles against Japanese. Guillermo Tolentino was a Philippine sculptor. He was designed as a national artist of the Philippines for sculpture in 1973. The photo was the Bonifacio Monument that immortalized by Guillermo Tolentino, who was born in Malolos, Bulacan. He was part of Malolos pride. Yes, that's our first two destination. As you notice, our first two destinations were just nearly located at each other. But now with our last destination, we're going to move a little bit farther. And our last destination is the National Museum of Natural History in Manila. National Museum of Natural History is a national natural history museum of the Philippines. It is located along Agrifina Circle in Rizal Park, Manila. The National Museum is an educational, scientific, and cultural institution that acquires, documents, preserves, exhibits, and fosters scholarly study and public appreciation of works of art, specimen, and cultural and historical artifacts, represents of our unique to the cultural heritage of the Filipino people and the natural history of the Philippines. This was the inside structure of National Museum of Natural History. It is a huge DNA helix-shaped elevator called the Tree of Life. Welcomes visitors as they enter the museum's Giant's Hall. This gigantic painting is the highlight of the museum's permanent collection, and this is the first work of art that greets you upon entering the museum. This was Juan Luna's most valuable oil-on canvas painting, the Spoliarium. Spoliarium is a Latin word referring to the basement of the Roman Colosseum, where the fallen and dying gladiators are dumped and devoid of their worldly possessions. It is the largest paintings in the Philippines. This was the preservation of Lolong's body. Lolong was the world's largest saltwater crocodile in captivity until his death. Lolong died on February 10, 2013, from pneumonia and cardiac arrest. He was 6.17 meters long and weighed about 1,075 kilograms. In this part of museum, there is a distinct choice of galleries and exhibits. In this section, it shows some historical happenings in the past, and our culture, and also our religion. This was the Filipino Asian clothes way back then. When you visit National Museum of Natural History, you will not just observe the exhibits or specimen, but also they give you an opportunity to experience personally the activities like tracing dried plants were also part of the tour as an additional experience for museum. That's our last destination. You know what, guys? Everything that inside in the museum aren't just there only because it's part of the history, but rather it also part of experience, and it may be good or it may be bad. In addition, history remains and or always be documented because it may serve as a warning or a motivation for a current generation up to the next one. The pictures that I had showed you a while ago were not taken by me. Credits to the rightful owner. And that's the end of our vlog. Once again, I am Christine Joy Amaro from BSA 1B, the one and only your feeding vlogger. Thanks for watching!